Sunday, we got to see one of the NFC's best offenses against one of the NFC's best defenses. Tampa Bay against Detroit. Tampa Bay was phenomenal against the run throughout the game, and so a lot of this game was decided on third down, and that's what we're going to focus on this sequence here. And you're seeing this run play right now. This was the end of the second series, 3rd and 8. My guess is a lot of Lions fans were watching and said, what are we doing running the ball on 3rd and 8? Well, this actually was an excellent play call for what they got. They got this diamond front or modern bear front, if you will, these 5 down defensive linemen, and they called what we call a punch play, where the guard, instead of pulling up to the second level like you would on power, he's going to pull to the end man on the line of scrimmage. More teams across the league are running this. The angles on this play were excellent from here, and that's what the run game's all about, are the angles. And so if the only guy that didn't have a great angle was Decker right here on Canty, and Canty was phenomenal in this game today. Decker, if he can get that sealed off, they've got the angles, because the real key, we'll watch this play out a little bit, the key is on this edge right here with Sam LaPorta coming up to block Ryan Neal. The puller's going to come right there, and the ball's designed to hit right between those two blocks. LaPorta, if you watch, one thing he does really good at attention to detail, watch how he jab steps to fake out Lavonte David right there just enough. That's to get David to square up and slow himself, which makes him more blockable for the puller, gives the angle to LaPorta. This was really well executed, except unfortunately Frank Ragnow at center, who I think is having an all-pro caliber season, he went and blocked Canty as well, same guy that Decker did. There's a miscommunication there. Nobody took Vea. So the play call was not the problem. There's just an unfortunate breakdown early in the design. Otherwise, this had a chance to hit and maybe reach the end zone. Going to the third series now, and you see Sam LaPorta motioning into the formation. Detroit does this a lot, and they did it a lot in this game. They put the tight end out wide, motion him in. That's just to get a man zone indicator. They know LaPorta is across from Jamel Dean. That's a corner. The corner is not going to be in man on the tight end very often. We believe we have zone coverage with nobody following LaPorta into the formation. So it's some kind of zone coverage. Jared Goff knows. They're showing single high, but it's Tampa Bay. You got to be on high alert for post-snap rotations. Ryan Neal, the safety, strong safety down there, he did a lot of movement in this game, and he moves back to this quarters structure. It's a quarters fire zone, and we'll let the play go out from here. Neal makes a nice job on the play. The Lions convert this, though. We'll get into that in a second. Quarters coverage and fire zone. First of all, fire zone, 6 defenders in zone coverage instead of the usual 7. That's what they mean by that. More teams, and actually the Bucs do it more than anyone. They lead the league in these snaps, are playing quarters fire zone. Typically, fire zone's got 1 deep safety. Now we've got 2 deep safeties. So the challenge here is, and one thing I'd love to know is if this stack had been different, let's say he was stacked, Reynolds was stacked on the inside right here, would Tampa Bay have checked out of this? Because the problem, what you cannot have, and they didn't get it fortunately, you can't have this guy running an out route, because for the disguise, he's blitzing, which means that Lavonte David's got to get over and guard this area. So they got, the blitz works out well. They got what they wanted, and that David's over here. Reynolds maybe had a shot at it, but that's the risk of the blitz. They're willing to live with that. They also got what they wanted, and that Goff threw this strike route. You don't typically you don't encourage throwing a strike route in front of a quarters coverage, because that safety's sitting right there. Jared Goff, though, and actually dating back to his days with the Rams, he has thrown this before and been comfortable, and obviously the results here were very good. You see Ryan Neal get up and clap in disgust here, because he knows they had the right call on. It was his play to make. He was right there. Offense just happened to get the better inch on that one. These next couple of third downs, we can go quick through these. This was 3rd and 1. You get man coverage almost every time on 3rd and 1. That's what Tampa Bay did right here, and they played it really well. Lavonte David, their top cover linebacker on Sam LaPorta, one-on-one. He covers that flag route, that cornerish kind of route. Excellent job. And then that was later on the 3rd series. And then on the 4th series, 3rd down and 7, Tampa Bay is going to go with a man concept again. Jamel Dean on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tough matchup for Dean. He's a higher cut body guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown, low, shifty type of guy. So Dean understands, all right, I'm going to have to cheat a little. You're split outside the numbers. I'm guessing that means you're going inside. If you were inside the numbers, I'd probably guess you're going outside. So watch Dean adjust his technique and really just kind of sit on this in-breaking route. Here's the adjustment right there. He's sitting on it, and he stops it and makes the play. Excellent defense. Back-to-back snaps of good man coverage by Tampa Bay. Fifth series, third down 13. Bucs fans, this will be the one you probably want to look away on this one. This was the play that really there were two plays that changed the game. This was the first of them. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 27-yard touchdown on 3rd and 13. So we talked about quarters fire zone. We said typically you got the one deep safety in fire zone. That's what Tampa Bay did here. 1, 2, 3 over the top, 3 underneath, and Amon-Ra St. Brown's coming out of this stack alignment, which the Lions did a lot in this game in a lot of different ways. And they did it out of these tighter splits. They did it between the slots, or as we're seeing here, minus split receivers. And he's going to run a choice route out of the stack. He chooses inside. They've got answers right there. Lavonte David, he'll be in the Ring of Honor one day. He wants this one back. So does Ryan Neal. And then a great block out in front by Craig Reynolds on Carlton Davis. Simple play, simple execution. Tampa Bay had the guys positioned to stop. They just didn't get it done. It's a play they want back. Over to the 7th series now, 3rd down and 4. So we said 3rd and short's a man coverage scenario. Tampa Bay shows man-to-man. In fact, they're going to go cover 0 here. And the Lions got him with a receiver screen. This, quite honestly, is an unusual play call. And you don't see it often at all. And the reason why, so when Craig Reynolds motions out of the backfield, look where he motions to. He's going not just out wide, but super. It's almost like a college game, how close he is to the sidelines, how far he is outside the numbers. Winfield's got to come over and respect it. I guarantee you, though, the Buccaneers and everyone who watches and knows football is thinking the action's taking place somewhere right here. Last season, in fact, running backs who motioned out to this position and empty, they're targeted less than once per week in the NFL, and especially if they're going to go that far outside the numbers. You are not expecting that as a defense. The Lions knew this. That's why they called it, and it's, you're asking a lot of your blockers too, because watch how much ground they're going to have to cover in order to get this blocked up. This was really good execution. This is good offense more than bad defense. That's really good execution by Detroit. It's kind of a gutsy play call by Ben Johnson, and obviously the results were very, very good. Later on that 7th series, it's still a one-score game, 10-3 at this point, and you get a big stop. Carlton Davis making a nice play against Sam LaPorta. Reason we're showing this one, Tampa Bay, a lot of teams will do this. Bucs did not do it as much in this game. They got the Lions here. They're showing that quarters look, and they're buzzing the safety down, and they're going to wind up playing cover 3 with Ryan Neal going to the middle of the field. Now, typically when you see this, you'll see the safety to the boundary or the strong safety buzz to the weak side. Tampa Bay, though, buzzed the free safety to the passing strength side, and I think that threw Jared Goff off. He wanted something right here. Winfield comes down. Goff maybe could have had a throw here and made it work, but this was taken away. I take that back. The more you look at it, this is really good defense, especially as you got his presence there. Winfield squared up. They took away Goff's read, so he's going to his backside read, which is what you're supposed to do. I think he got a little jumpy, too, on this one, though. If we go to the end zone angle, watch Goff right here, and he's going to get some pressure from Joe Tryon, who's done an excellent job. He's very good on stunts. In this case, he won on his own getting inside. But see Goff's footwork on this when he gets to the top of the drop. He doesn't like it. And now right there, he's broken himself down. He senses a flash of color. Instead of maintaining his throwing posture, the ball's down by his hip. He's in no man's land right here. So he has to reset. And he actually does a decent job of it. But the ball's just a little bit behind. The coverage was good. That's the NFL for you right there. Small little thing. Your feet get off just enough. Your pass is off by an inch or two. Coverage is tight. Incompletion, good defense, good defensive call by Tampa Bay, buzzing that safety down to the strong side. So that Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown on 3rd and 13 was the first back-breaking play. This was the second back-breaking play. 3rd down and 10, Jamison Williams, 45-yard touchdown. We'll back it all the way up. This was a flood sail concept, and all that means, let's let it play out again. All that means is a 3-level deal. That's what flood is. 1 level, then intermediate level, underneath level. Very often, the main read is to this level 2 guy, and you go high-low on this defender. And so whichever of these 2 receivers is best relative to that defender, that's where the throw goes. You do not see the top level come alive very often on these plays. Cleveland Browns, they're the one team, they'll do it a lot. The Lions, though, the other 31 teams, they don't do it so much. They did it on this one. I think the reason why, we said earlier, remember Ryan Neal's the move guy. He's been disguising all game. Well, his job, he was to be the post defender right here, but he's down. He's doing the disguising. It's been working all game. The Bucs got caught right here. The Lions caught him. They get up to the line and watch. Let's go all the way back, in fact. Watch the communication, and then watch. They go on a silent count, which is what Tampa wasn't quite expecting. We're talking. All right, no cadence. Here we go. And it's kind of oh crap mode for the Bucs. They got caught just a little flat-footed. Neal did a great job recovering on this, but again, it's what you love about the NFL. You're off by just a little bit. He didn't recover quite all the way, and Williams made an excellent play on the ball. That's not an easy job tracking that ball. So another good design, an aggressive design to go top shelf. I believe if you watch the rhythm that Goff had, I bet you they called this understanding that, hey, maybe we can catch them down low right here. Certainly Goff caught that a glimpse of Neal when he got the snap and understood, hey, that top level defender is a step behind. We've got him right now. Let's take the chance. Great quarterbacking, great offense, great catch by Jameson Williams.